a transformation coach, and I help people go from pressure filled lives to pleasurable ones with ease so that they can carry more and feel like they're holding less. And I do that mainly through human design, NLP, subconscious reprogramming, and 25 plus years of entrepreneurship. Um, and I'm so excited. Every Thursday, I join you for a live show and I share a different topic, something that's been resonating with me, showing up in my world. And this one is kind of a fun, it was a little bit of an off the cuff one, but here's something that's been really interesting to me across the board. I would say I've been really cognizant of it and aware of it for the last, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 years where I have a belief. I have a thought, something that I just know is true, but I don't really know why I know it's true. And I start to lean in and I explore it and I play with it. And then somehow miraculously, several years later, something will show up in the scientific world that proves whatever it is that I've been thinking. We can use gratitude as an example. There's some badass scientific evidence that that gratitude increases overall happiness, joy, and well-being while decreasing stress, anxiety, and depression. Before I knew the science behind that, I was already seeing a difference of it in my life. Another thing that's just a beautiful reminder of this is the whole concept of quantum physics and quantum time, right? That we create our future in this moment. So our thoughts, choices, actions, and behaviors right now, today, are what lead us to the experiences we have in our life in the future, right? So kind of like the sound of or the speed of sound or the speed of light, we're creating it now and experiencing it later, which is really cool. So I also know that there are things called synchronicities, and I love synchronicities so much. And that's like, so you find out you're pregnant, and then suddenly everywhere you go, everyone is pregnant. Or you buy a new car and you've never seen that car before, but then suddenly you see that car all over the street, right? So that's a synchronicity. And I am experiencing a synchronicity right now through with the country of Italy because I am taking my daughter to Italy over the summer for her 16th birthday. Her birthday was in November, but that's something that I do with my girls is when they turn 16, I've told them I'll take them anywhere in the world they want to go, just the two of us, and we'll have an incredible experience. When you have four kids, you don't get to do a lot of one-on-one stuff. So that is something that I'm super excited about. And then suddenly I'm seeing Italy everywhere. It's popping up all over all of my social media feeds. And it's great because I'm here for it. And then I saw one that I loved that was talking about, and I just was so excited about this, like some particular 13 particular vibes that the Italians believe in that just make life better. And I'm reminded, deeply reminded, quite frankly, that the United States in particular just has shit wrong. Like our objectives are wrong, the way we approach work is wrong, the way we approach life is wrong, and that the Europeans are so much more laid back in general. And that fits into the way that I want to experience life and the life that I want to lead. So these were fun because when I was reading them, I'm like, yeah, these are all very much in line with the ease pathway. And the ease pathway is the pathway I take clients on to go from a pressure filled life to a pleasurable one with more ease. And so I wanted to share them with you because I just think that they're really fun. And I am not going to try and say these Italian words because the truth is I don't speak Italian and my accent sucks. I have been practicing French for several years and even my French accent sucks. But I love it. So I'm going to share these with you and I'm going to talk about how they are related to the ease pathway and the work that I do and the life that I help people lead. And then at the end, like we do every single week, I will take you through a guided EFT tapping meditation. So I hope that you'll stick around and hear all of them. If you are here and active, you can drop in the chat if you'd like. You can tell us what you're thinking. How do any of these show up in your life, or would you like them to? What do you need to shift to make them show up in your life? And then also join us for the tapping because it's always such an awesome experience. So 13 concepts that are deeply rooted in Italian culture that are also rooted in the ease pathway and that I just love and I wanted to share. So the first one is the art of not caring selectively. I have been preaching this one for a really, really long time. Like, we don't, in fact, I have an article coming out specifically about this in the next couple of weeks. This is the root, in my opinion, of taking radical responsibility for yourself because you cannot control others. So, why do you give their opinions all of your power, your oxygen, your energy? And so, choosing to not care so much about what other people think or what other people are doing, how they're spending their time, if that's not the way you would do it, who freaking cares? Right? Like, we do not need to be the hall monitor for the world. It's just not necessary. So you can ask yourself, who do I want to be in this very moment? And is there an action I can take? If so, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, go ahead and let it go and just decide not to care. Sometimes I call this surrender, sometimes I call it just selective shedding, but we can't spend all of our time worrying about all of the things. And in fact, quantum physics shows us that the more we surrender and release and let go of the how and the outcome and trust the process, the faster and the easier the things we desire show up in our world. And the next one is that everything passes. And it does, right? The only constant is change. Good moments are fleeting. You should savor them. Hard moments are fleeting and you will survive them. In positive psychology, we recognize that everything is temporary. In NLP, we learn also that everything can shift, everything can change. And I want you to use that as a core strength to help you stay present and trust the process. Like, this thing will pass also. And also be present, enjoy it, be aware. I have be here now tattooed on my inner wrist, and that's a reminder, like, you can't get it back, so enjoy it, be in it. Last Friday, I took the half a day off work and I picked my daughter up early from school, and we went downtown Chicago for the Harry Styles pop-up shop for his new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, which I am completely obsessed with. And we were waiting in line for 3.5 hours, and it was pouring down rain. And I just was about as happy as I could be because I was having this incredible life experience with my daughter, who was delighted to be there. She was excited. I was excited. Um, every moment doesn't have to be how we might design it, but it can still be valuable and worthy. The third one is maybe, if only, in an ideal world. The Italians call it maybe magari. I don't know. I don't have a good Italian accent. This is to desire without attachment. It's hoping with emotional flexibility. And for me, this is about trusting the universe. I surrender the how. I show up for what feels exciting, and I trust that abundance flows when I stop forcing myself on things. Maybe, if only, in an ideal world, like, let me just be there now without attachment. Let me just trust this process. Let me be flexible on how I can get there. Every morning I wake up and I say, Mind, show me evidence that the universe is always taking care of my needs. I always have more than enough. Everything I desire desires me. The outcomes adjust as abundance flows. Right? I remind myself of that and I just stay in an ideal world. I don't care how I get there, really, as long as I do and I trust this process. The fourth one is softness, sweetness, gentleness. Softness is not weakness. Warmth is a very specific kind of intelligence. And the work that I do, people often call this soft skills. But there really is no such thing as a soft skill because your power lives in your softness. It's beautiful, right? Learning how to let go, learning how to rest, learning how to be kind and considerate and gentle, but also strong and firm and have strong boundaries, all of that. Those are just beautiful, beautiful gifts that not only do you give to yourself, that you give to the world. The fifth one, this one I can say, is piano, piano. Slowly, slowly. Oh my goodness, I love this one. I love it so much. Small steps still move you forward. In fact, nothing happens in big steps. Everything is a series of small steps, small intentional action steps. Rushing breaks things. And look, the tech world, they're like, go fast and break things. That's what they want to do. There is so much pressure to achieve rapidly, but big transformations happen in a series of tiny celebrated steps. So allow yourself to go slow and let that be glorious and be joyful and don't rush because, again, I've been saying this a lot, you can't take it with you, right? Number 6 is life is beautiful. Be grateful for it, experience it, Have gratitude. Beauty hides in the smallest of things, in the smell of fresh coffee, the way the sun casts a prism across the floor, the heavy sigh of a puppy on your lap. You know how your dog does that? Goes, oh, it's so cute. He does that. I love that. Right? Like satisfaction is found in those small moments, like standing in the rain with my daughter. Like I was cold and I was wet and I could literally wring my sweater out. And when I got home, I had to wring my socks out. It was wild. But also, it was beautiful and it was life. It was real. That was what was happening in the moment. And it was really amazing. 7 is, the ritual of the stroll, movement as pleasure rather than punishment, and I am not a workout girl, and a lot of people are. I am not. I don't particularly enjoy it. I'm trying to get better at it because as I age, I want to make sure I'm not fragile, but it's really tricky because I don't enjoy working out, but I do enjoy walking. Movement as pleasure. Life doesn't always need to be a destination, and I think this is important. You don't have to always be going somewhere to be going. What about exploring? What about putting lacing up your shoes and just going out and seeing what you can discover, or getting in your car and driving somewhere and you don't know where you're going, but you're going to check things out. I actually did a version of this with one of my daughters. Did a road trip from Chicago to Key West, Florida, and we took 5 days to get there. And we did have designated spots to stop, but it was all very spur of the moment. And if we saw something interesting, we pulled off and we went and checked it out. And we just kind of did all sorts of wild fun things. We flew back. I had rented a car one way because I'm not driving two. I was by myself. She didn't drive yet. So woo. But it was amazing, right? Like we just went and we explored, and anything that lit us up or we were curious about, we went and did more of that. It was so lovely. Number 8 is effortless grace. Ease is a practiced skill. You do not have to be the loudest person in the room to be the most powerful. And when you focus on your internal alignment, your external presence becomes magnetic without the performance. Effortless grace. I love that. Number 9 is years, lovers, and glasses of wine aren't meant to be counted. I think this one is really special. And actually, I identify with it right now. One of the songs on Harry Styles' new album is called Coming Up Roses. And that is a love song about the loves that don't last forever and how they are still so valuable and valid and important and meaningful in our lives, right? Some things lose their magic when we put them in a spreadsheet or force them. And not everything meaningful is meant to be measured, and it's also not meant to be last, but it is meant to be noticed. Number 10 is the wolf in the story. Expect the unexpected. Beautiful plans meet reality, and flexibility is your best survival skill. Whatever that is, like be ready to pivot and let that be okay. Don't be so committed to the way you thought it was going to go that then you can't enjoy the way it is actually going. Allow yourself to expect the unexpected. Number 11 is sacred and profane. Life holds contrast. Beauty and chaos coexist at all times. Many things can be true at once. Not everything has to fit neatly for it to be meaningful. Just let it be and recognize it, and let it bring you some joy and be grateful for it and notice it. Number 12 is the present well. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Be well in the present. How you show up matters. Effort is a form of respect for yourself and for others. Presentation shapes perception. So be intentional and conscious about how you want to experience your life and the world around you. How do you want to show up? What do you want people to experience when you're showing up as your most authentic, aligned self? I love that, right? Be present. And then the last one is so lovely and it's so special to me, especially as a projector in human design, the sweetness of doing nothing. Rest is not laziness, it's maintenance. Stillness is where that clarity lives. You have to slow down and get quiet in order to hear the clarity or hear your inner voice or get your downloads or be honest about your emotions, thoughts, feelings. Not every moment needs to be optimized for productivity. And sometimes rest is the most effective thing that you can do for yourself. And I'm all about effectiveness versus productiveness. I would much rather be effective than productive. Because if you're being productive just for the sake of churning things out, but those things aren't effective, what's the point? right? So throughout all of these 13 steps, one of the ways I bring that in is I have the Glimmer Lab. And the Glimmer Lab is a once a month live but virtual hypnosis session. And it is specifically designed for creating sustainable inner peace and expansive joy. So when folks come into the Glimmer Lab, this is not a membership. Like you can sign up for one session, you can sign up. There's a price discount if you do a bundle of 6, but you can kind of come and go, whatever you want. Like you're not committed, but it is 60 to 75 minutes, depending on how many people show up. We come in, we do a somatic drop in, some journal prompts, some thoughts, some things to get your mind open and your body flowing. And then I do about a 25-minute guided hypnotherapy session where you get to really be peaceful. And then we just do a recalibration check-in. What showed up for you, anything people want to share. And it is all about, like I said, creating sustainable inner peace and expansive joy. It is a space for you to prioritize yourself, recalibrating, reconnecting, realigning yourself so that you are a vessel for peace and joy, right? Because that is where everything changes. When that is your foundation, when that is where you start, everything becomes different. You show up differently, you engage differently, you get different results. So if you are um, somebody who's like you've been doing the work and you know all the stuff and you have your affirmations and you've worked with coaches and you've worked with therapists, but you are just looking for a way to give yourself a gift of some time to reconnect, recalibrate, realign, please come and join me in the Glimmer Lab. We meet on the third Wednesday of every month, and then we alternate either an 11 a.m. session or a 5 p.m. session Central Time. And we also offer the replays, right? So this is kind of your secret sauce for moving from an intellectual understanding to a lived experience of inner peace and expansive joy. We add specific anchors into your rhythm so that you're not just um, following the rules, you're actually giving yourself a micro experience of all of this, and you're embodying it. So it's designed to prove that you can feel better right now without needing a 10-week program or a bunch of to-do lists. There's no homework. There's nothing extra you need to do. You just have to show up and be ready to receive and then recalibrate that foundation of inner peace and expansive joy. The Glimmer Lab is amazing. If you want to go check it out, you can find the links in all my bios. Um, it's just so much fun and it feels good. And everybody deserves to give themselves an hour a month that is literally just for themselves, just for that inner peace and joy container and space. So I would love to have you come out and join me at the Glimmer Lab anytime. Our next one is March 18th and it's at 5 p.m. So can't wait to be there with you. All right, folks, how about we do a guided EFT tapping meditation? For those of you who are new, EFT tapping stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And this is an NLP tool that helps you release whatever negative thoughts, patterns, behaviors you have and call in and reprogram in the things that you want more of, which I love. So before we get started, I want you to take a moment and just simply arrive. Like just take a big deep breath in through your nose and out. Just be in your body and feel it. Can you feel your feet against the floor? Feel your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your bottom, your fingers, your hands, your arms, your elbows, your shoulders, your heart center, your throat, your neck, your ears, your cheeks, your lips, your eyes, your forehead, the top of your head. Just feel into your body. Be present with it. There's nothing that you need to fix right now. There's nowhere else that you need to be. You're supported by me, by yourself, by whatever surface is beneath you, the chair, the floor, the couch. And I want you to place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your left and repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. And now we're going to transition into tapping. I do this as a single round of tapping, but just in the interest of time. but we can do these longer. I do them custom with clients in the Mind Shift Mastery Program or VIP Coach on Call, or even with folks who just want to do have me create a custom EFT script for them for a specific issue they're working on anytime. So we start on the karate chop point, and this is where we speak truth to power. We say the truth of the negative thing and we let it go. So even though I've been conditioned to believe that I have to rush to be successful, I'm open to the idea that I can choose a different rhythm. I acknowledge that part of me feels like it has to hold things together all the time. But I'm letting that part know it's okay to soften right now. It's safe for me to explore a life filled with more pleasure and less pressure. Now moving to the inner eyebrow. Oh, there's always so much pressure to perform. The old habit of counting every minute and every to do. I recognize how heavy that feels in my body. But everything passes. The stress is temporary, and I allow it to move through me with ease. Outer eyebrow. I choose what to care about today. I let go of the opinions of others, and I take radical responsibility for my own joy. And that means I only give my energy to that which brings me peace. Under the eye, I allow myself to go slowly, slowly. I release the urge to rush or hurry. I'm honoring the small intentional steps I take towards my desires and dreams. Slowness builds a foundation that lasts, and I enjoy the pace of my own life. Under the nose, I invite sweetness and softness into my work and into my day. These are my superpowers. I soften my jaw and my heart, and I allow myself to be led with warmth and joy. Under the mouth, there's so much sweetness in resting and doing nothing. I give myself permission to rest. I don't have to earn it. It's the maintenance my soul requires. Stillness is where my clarity lives. I am safe. It is safe to be still. Moving to the collarbone, you can do this or this or this. Life is beautiful in all moments, big or small. Little things bring me joy, and I pause to recognize them and express gratitude. I just notice it. I just allow myself to be aware. My alignment makes me magnetic to moments of joy. Under the arm, I embody effortless grace. It is safe for me to be successful with ease. My presence is enough exactly as I am. I embody peaceful ease and powerful ease. I am fully resourced. Top of the head. I stand in my power. I take up space. I trust that the universe is always looking out for me and taking care of my needs. I trust my body's wisdom. I choose a life that feels good. I am safe. I allow it to be easy. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. You can gently stop tapping and just take a deep breath in. Yeah. Just see what shows up for you with that and with the rest of the day, what feels good and aligned. How can you bring more joy and ease and excitement into your life? Say yes to that. And I would love to hear, like, do any of these resonate with you and how are they showing up in your life? And how can you be a little bit more European? I want to thank you so much for taking time to be here with me today. I'll be back next Thursday with a brand new topic for Live with Heather Vickery. I'm spending most of my time these days on Substack. So if you want to hang out, Substack notes, articles, posts, lives. I also have the Reading Well. If you love to read, subscribe to the Reading Well. I have author interviews, I have book reviews, so much good stuff I'd love to share with you. If you're in Chicago, you can join me the second Friday of every month at the Chicago Empower Breakfast. Would love, love, love to have you there. And if you're looking for any support at all, please find the link in my bio and schedule a discovery call. And let's chat about how I can help you go from a pressure filled life to a pleasurable one with more ease. Because, my darling, you deserve it. You deserve it, and you are worth it, and you are worthy. And I see you. I love you. I honor you. I celebrate you. From the bottom of my heart, I hope you will choose yourself bravely today because you deserve it. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I will talk to you all soon.